What's up, family? What's up, Knicks Nation? I hope you're enjoying your weekend as much as I am enjoying mine. Just got back from the shooting range, had a lot of fun out there, and now came back here today to talk some Knicks. It's going to be on now. So, Tuesday, it's on. All of y'all that was sitting here whining and crying for who party to play, you're going to get your wish because Precious is out 2 to 4 weeks. So you're going to get your wish now. Okay? All y'all whining about who party. I don't want to hear nobody complaining about the boy either because now he's going to be pressed into service. He's going to have to play. What's up, Kubar Dobbins, King Ribby, Kendall Buchanan, Chauncey Beckett, Knicks fan for life, the only DM Dawson, DMF Nigel, Senior Beef, Chris Connors, V Dash. How y'all doing? Jabroni Z. Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday. Hope you're safe and healthy, your family safe and healthy. And everybody is enjoying their weekend. Like I said, I'm enjoying mine. Just got back from the range. It was all wet all summer because we're getting a lot of water here in Florida. But today was dried out and outdoors was fun. It was good. And I had a lot of fun out there. Tony Brown, what's up? John Pettit, what's up? Kenneth Johnson, Manny, Optimistic Giants fan. Nelly Nell, what's up, my man? Today, the Mets play at 8 o'clock. Game 6. They going for what they know. I think they putting their boy Manuel out there. Let's see what we can get done. Dakota Strange, what's up? Hope everybody's good today. Jeremy Nussbaum. And, I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. So, it's on Tuesday, but before we go there, let's talk about Shamet for a second because I think there's some confusion about what the Knicks are doing with Shamet. I think there's some confusion. So Shamet was waived along with TJ Warren and Okeke. We thought that was going to happen, but I have a feeling they're going to bring Shamet back. Right now, the Knicks are below the second apron. And they are carefully watching every penny. So by waiving these 3 guys, they don't owe them nothing. They just paid Shamet 15 G's and they don't owe him nothing. And then they have 2 weeks. They can keep their roster at 12 guys, which is what it is now, for 2 weeks. And then they got to bring on enough players to make 14. They got to bring 14 play. So my thought process is they will at least bring back Shamet within 2 weeks. They may bring back TJ Warren also, but they need to bring back 2 players within 2 weeks. So they got 14 days to bring back 2 players, right? So they're going to save that money and they're going to wait. You know how the Don is. He's good at penny pinching. So here we go. And the Grill, what's up? Kenneth Johnson, John Pettit, Lion the Jew, my brother Lonnie, Eddie Kerr, Guilford McCormick, all y'all that just came in. And so, there's always a group of Knicks Nation that the minute somebody gets waived, we got to go get him. Why? Why do we need to go get him? He just got waived. For what? We're trying to save money. We got our team. We just need Shamet to come back. That's all we need. We don't need to go get Lonnie Walker the 4th or anybody else. We need to chill and just wait on the team we got. Okay? We're trying to pinch pennies here. Last thing we need is to pay somebody like that $2 million when we got Shamet already. Okay? So no, we good. Gorilla Jakes, what's up? So Shamet is rehabbing. The Knicks, for at least one reason that I know, would not say. They just said he'll be reevaluated at a later date. The reason I know they couldn't tell you when they would reevaluate him, not that they would want to anyway. The reason they can't tell you is because if they waive him, he's not their property. So they can't report on his injury. Does that make sense, y'all? So if they waive him, which is what they did, they can't report on his injury. All they can say is at a later date, meaning they're intending on bringing him back. Okay, they're intending on bringing him back. And so I'm hoping, now the I looked up dislocated shoulder. And depending on the severity, he could come back anywhere from 4 weeks to 6 weeks. He could come back. And that's what we were talking about anyway, in terms of that injury, what it looked like to me. It looked like a 4 to 6 week with the outside chance of it being longer. So 4 to 6 weeks, I'm thinking we get him back. Hopefully closer to 4, but we'll see. Soldier, what's up? Optimistic Giants fan. I think I said Lady D, whatever, talking about Lonnie Walker the fourth. No, we don't need him. And you're not the scout for the New York Knicks. And so let me just not break your heart. Let me just get you set. They're not interested in Lonnie Walker. Okay, so we move on. So what we have though is this: Cat, Brunson, OG, Hart, and Bridges. That's your starting five. Now, I think most of us saw Hart at least, let's put it, hinting that he's lost offensively and doesn't know where he would fit. I think we saw that, right? But if you read that article all the way through, and I've seen most of the people that I've seen that quoted it did not read it all the way through. But if you read it all the way through, the writer of the article said that a year ago, Hart was in the exact same position, saying the exact same thing. That he was lost offensively, he didn't know where he fit, and he was out there floating, didn't know what he was doing. And so eventually he figured it out. So that's what that's about. I don't think it means anything unless internally, they can't use Precious right now. Precious, I don't know if you found out, but Precious is out 2 to 4 weeks with the hamstring strain. Thank you, Woody Woodpecker, for $10,000. Do we put Deuce in as the starter? Okay, now, Woody Woodpecker, when you ask that question, are you asking me what I would do, or you ask me what do I think the Knicks will do? See, that's two different questions, right? What would I do, or what would the Knicks do? That's two different questions. Yes, I would start Deuce. I would. I would start him right next to Brunson. I would definitely do that. But the real question is, will Tom Thibodeau start Deuce McBride? And that's 50-50. Tom Thibodeau doesn't like to change what he decides to do. We all know that he loves Hart. And so I would be surprised if he changed the starting lineup. I would be surprised if he did that, because he likes to stick with what he decides to do, and he really trusts Josh Hart. I would want to start Deuce, but I can see for sure that there's a strong possibility that will not happen. I would be shocked, actually, if that did happen. I would be shocked. But I want to tell you, I think we understand. Tell me if you guys see a different. Deuce McBride is going to get a lot of minutes. That's number one. Deuce McBride is going to get a lot of minutes at both guard positions. As I've been saying the whole summer, he's going to get a lot of minutes. But what's good about that is I can legit see him getting 15 to 17 points a game. I can legit see that happening, coming off the bench for him, especially if he's getting excess of 20 minutes every night and he gets in that role. I can see him getting 15 to 17 points a game. I could see that happening. In a couple of games where he's low, of course, and a couple of games where he goes off and gets like 25. I could see that happening. So I think that's why he didn't play against Washington. Tibbs just resting him. He's going to be a very key piece coming off that New York bench, okay? And that's a smart move. So Deuce is going to be a very big wild card for the New York Knicks. And like I said, I've been pulling for this kid since he was at West Virginia, so I'm not surprised at anything that he does here. I could see him getting 15 to 17 for sure. I'm more conservative. I don't want to inflate the thing, but I think 15 to 17 is a realistic number for Deuce if he gets the minutes that look like he's going to get at both guard positions. So I think that's going to be the case. Now, again, just for you guys who are maybe just came in and maybe don't know, Precious Achiuwa has a right hamstring pull. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. Okay? Precious Achiuwa has a right hamstring pull. he's out 2 to 4 weeks. I want to say it again so if you're not paying attention. So he'll be reevaluated in 2 to 4 weeks. That's the prognosis that Ian Begley reported today. In fact, let me see here. Yeah, he said, let's see. This is on X today. He says Precious Achiuwa sustained a left hamstring strained left hamstring and will be reevaluated in 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, 2 to 4 weeks. So we can get him back in as many as 2 or 4. Yeah, I think in 2 weeks, because again, let's talk about the reason they waived Shamet, TJ Warren, and Okeke is to save money. Y'all know that, right? It doesn't mean they're not going to bring these guys back, but these guys ain't going to be playing for at least 2 weeks. They're not going to come back for 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you'll see probably Shamet, and you'll see TJ Warren back in 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So and John Petty, you're right about that. It could be 4 weeks for Precious, but you know what though? Even if it is 4 weeks, I think we could weather that storm. It's next man up. Now, all of y'all that was out here whining about who party, and I've been telling y'all all summer, the only way who party plays is if somebody gets hurt. Well, guess what just happened? Somebody got hurt. So now you're going to see Deuce, Sims, Payne, and Hoop Porty. That's who you're going to see. You're going to be your 9-man rotation. Deuce, Sims, Payne, and Hoop Porty. Sims is going to get the majority of those minutes at the 5 spot, but Hoop Porty is going to get minutes. There's no doubt about it. He's going to get minutes right now. Tibbs does not like to play rookies. I don't know if you noticed his face when Kolek did that turnover at the end of the Washington game. Did you all see that? Did you see Tibbs? He'll put up with Jalen Brunson doing the turnover, but he does not handle that very well when it comes to rookies. So Hoop Porty's going to get minutes, but Sims is going to get the lion's share of those minutes, and you'll get Hoop Porty coming in behind him. Now, I know everybody's all hyped about Daddy, and I can understand. Now, the way Daddy would get minutes, and it won't be rotation minutes, but the way he would get minutes is if he can come off the bench and shoot the ball in the regular season, as he was coming off the bench and shooting the ball in the preseason. His shooting will get him on the floor. Okay. His defense is adequate. It's not, all world yet, but his shooting will get him on the floor. Just like at times when Tibbs took Fournier out of the rotation, there were times when he felt he needed shooting and he would bring Fournier in there. I think Daddy is going to get that role. It's not a rotation role, but he might get that. Okay, because if he can, and that's if he needs to be able to come off the bench and shoot the rock the way he was shooting in preseason. Lewis Luck, thanks for the $5. It feels good to have a competent front office. Dolan needs to lend them to get the Giants off. Yeah, ever since George Young was gone, man, Giants been kind of struggling with that. But and look, I think all of us in the Knicks Nation understand now the importance of a really tight front office, right? And the importance of playing chess and not checkers, thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead, not at the current move as if it's the end-all be-all. The Don at least has taught us that. He does not think in terms of just this move for this move in of itself. He's always thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead. So like the acquisition of Cat wasn't just for this year. Cat is when all the other salaries are going through the roof and his salary is already high, they got him locked in. That's for 2 years from now, they'll have him locked in. And so he gets, he's going to get this season plus to get acclimated. And I don't think it's going to take that long. But, and again, I also want to remind y'all, And I was telling y'all this in the summer. Some of y'all wasn't buying it. Y'all wasn't trying to hear it, but I told you, Tibbs teams start slow. Y'all heard me, right? Tibbs coached teams start slow. Don't start tripping if they lose a couple of games. Tibbs teams start slow. And so he's going to give that 30 games a chance to cook. When they do, they're going to be nice, but let's let them cook a little bit before we start tripping. And I know I'm saying this, and I know I'm speaking to the brick wall, because Tuesday, if they lose in Boston, people are going to be tripping. I don't know. They must have pimply faced kids on Twitter, because they be tripping like out of this world, tripping, you know. And so, but the teams generally start slow, generally. Yeah. So let's let them cook. They're gonna be all right. And now you're going to get Shamet back, and you're going to get Precious back, and let's call that 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. No, he's no Rios. He won't be averaging 38 minutes. No. But let's see him get Shamet back. Let's see him get Precious back. That's going to be important. And Precious and Shamet will step into their roles in the rotation. And then we'll start to see some things. For now, though, the starting five, I think, still are going to average about, overall, about 30 minutes a game. Some more, some less. You're going to see Deuce get a lot of minutes. Good to see you too, Luke. You're going to see Deuce get a lot of minutes. But Hoop Porty's going to see some minutes. That's the first guy, of the rooks. That's the first guy I see getting minutes is Hoop Porty. Okay, that's the first guy I see getting minutes is Hoop Porty. So Hoop Porty's going to get a shot. It's going to be, this is him and Sims. This is their chance right here. Hoop Porty as a rookie getting minutes, and Sims now getting heavy minutes as the first five off the bench. So it's their chance right here. This is their shot to do something. Yeah, that's it. What's up, Drip Moore, my man? Jean Chariel, David Moreira. It's like a Portuguese name. I don't know how to say it. Moreira, not sure. Luke, Samuel Rios, what's up? Andre Holmes, how you doing? Joe Curry, Joe Trader Curry, what's up? Coach Hauser, what's up? Roberto Mendez, what's up, man? Mine Corn, how you doing? Yep. PL, ready for the season. That's right. Ready for the season. Ready for the season. So right now, just as a review, Precious is out 2 to 4 weeks with a left hamstring strain. We already know Shamet got waived, but he'll be back. Shamet got waived, but he'll be back. He's got waived with Okeke as well as TJ Warren. So now, just also remember, a team can claim these guys. Hey, Miss Stevenson, what's up? A team can claim these guys off waivers. So we'll see. I don't think anybody's going to claim Shamet because he's hurt. But somebody might claim TJ Warren. We'll see what happens with that. But the Knicks will probably use all 2 weeks of the next 2 weeks with 12 guys. How many games do they have? They're going to probably use all of the next 2 weeks and go with 12 guys. And that's what they got right now. That's what probably they're going to do. So they got Boston Tuesday, Indiana Friday. They got one for the 2 weeks. Let's go to the 29th, and then you're going into November. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got about 7 games over the next 2 weeks, 7 or 8 games. And they're tough for most part. So they're going to have to go with what they got. And I think they can weather the storm. Yeah, that's exactly right. Andre Holmes, that's exactly right. No more than 14 days consecutive. Exactly. So I think they're going to use every bit of them 14 days to save that money and give Shamet, particularly Shamet, a chance to heal. And everybody here, I think y'all saw him on the exercise bike rehabbing right away, right? No, Roberto Mendez, it's not that serious. See, y'all, why is it that Knicks Nation, some of y'all just need any reason to jump off a cliff? Are you like suicidal? Like, what is it? Do you need any reason to just jump off a cliff and start tripping? I mean, why? Why is that? Is the excitement of tripping? Is that what it is? Do you get an adrenaline rush from tripping? I'm just wondering, why is it that the first reaction is trip mode? That's what I don't understand. Why is it the first reaction is always trip mode? And I know that there's people like I said, in X Twitter space, that they're gonna create the trip so y'all could go ahead and ride it. But I don't understand why y'all just fall for it like every freaking single time. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. But the Knicks, all right, put it this way. Y'all do understand that Tom Thibodeau rolls 9 times out of 10 with a 9-man rotation. Y'all understand that, right? I just want y'all understand. He rolls 9 times out of 10 with a 9-man rotation. Okay? You guys get that part, right? So he's got his starting 5 plus Deuce, Sims, and Payne. That's 8. Precious is hurt. So you're missing your 9th guy. And so now you're going to get Hooporti, which some of y'all been whining about anyway. So you're going to get Hooporti. Okay? You're going to get Hooporti. Okay? So you ain't got a trip. It's all right. It's all right. And it ain't season ending. In about 4 weeks, you'll get Precious back. And you might get Shamet too. You might get both of them. Okay? So there's no need to trip. We all right, right? Especially since the start. Look at this. To me, if you got the starting 5 and Deuce McBride, you good. I'm not even worried about it. Because Deuce could play 40 minutes a night. We know that. So if you got the starting 5 and Deuce McBride, and nobody's hurt, we healthy, we ready. But just so happened we got Payne. And I've been saying all summer long, I got all the confidence in the world in Jericho Sims. There have been people hating all the way up to like the last game. Everybody, Jericho can't score. Jericho stink. Jericho can't play. Some of y'all just are like a hot pile of stinky cow doo-doo. That's how your attitude is about your own team. Hot pile of stinky cow doo-doo. And I don't understand why. But I got all the confidence in the world in Sims. He's going to be fine. And we're going to have to now root for Hooporti because he's going to be getting minutes. Okay? Now, and God forbid somebody else gets hurt or somebody gets in foul trouble. You will not see Kolick. And I'm not knocking Kolick. I'm just saying. Daddy A, you might see because of his shooting. You might see him. But Deuce, Payne, Brunson, they're going to play the majority of minutes, backcourt minutes, okay? They're going to play the majority of backcourt minutes. Cat is going to, I'm thinking it's a 48-minute game. You might get Cat because of the situation. You might get Cat for 35, but I'm thinking they can get away with 32. Let's give Hooporti 8 minutes, right? Something like that, or 5 minutes, and then you get the rest of Sims. It's a 48-minute game. So if they did 32, you say you give Sims 12, you give Hooporti 4 or 5, something like that. I think we can get away with that, okay? We don't need to run Cat into the ground. Brunson wants to, and this is the thing. Look, Jalen Brunson is one of those type of players, right? You don't bet against him. He will make you lose. If you bet against him, more times than not, he will make you lose because you don't bet against him. He's a winner, okay? He'll want to stay in the game 48 minutes. He just, that's him. And he wants to win. And this is the biggest difference aside from the management team is Jalen Brunson, okay? Jalen Brunson is a winner, and you don't want to bet against him, and he's competitive as hell. And I'm very happy that we got this guy on our team. Hooporti has a two-way contract, but I'm gonna tell you now, I think it's going to be converted to a regular contract. I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% sure Hooporti's contract will be converted to a regular contract. I'm 95% sure of that. Okay, I'm pretty sure of that. All right, so his Daddy already has a regular contract, and so does Kolek. Hoop Porty was on a two-way, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be, because even before like Precious got hurt, Hoop Porty was going to be on the regular roster. He was playing good enough to me to get on the regular roster. So I feel like and then he's a big man, 7 feet tall, 7 foot wingspan. So I feel like he'd be like a good insurance policy on a regular roster. Plus, you could bring him along, but now you're going to have to bring him along a little bit more aggressively than maybe you would have wanted to. He's going to be thrown to the fire a little bit early, but Hoop Porty was going to be somebody who was all outside. You see, the 3 rookies made the team. I think people are confused. There was never going to be a doubt that all 3 rookies were going to make the team. My question is, they're not going to play a lot. My assertion was they weren't going to play a lot of and no rotation. That's what I was trying to tell people. Somehow people got that to say they were. I didn't say they weren't going to make the team. I never said they weren't going to make the team. They all have contracts, so they obviously going to be on the team. So they will, be on the team. But I think Hoop Porty is going to be the first guy of those rookies to get minutes. How many minutes he gets depends on the situation, foul trouble, and all that. But Hoop Porty is going to get minutes. He's going to be the first of those 3 rookies to start getting minutes, regular minutes. So we'll see. We're pulling for him and Sims, back up 5, And again, it's not all season. We're talking about 4 weeks on the outside. He said that is vaguely reported 2 to 4 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks. So 4 weeks is the outside. So we get Precious back. Let's put it like he hurt himself Friday. Friday was the 19th. Let's say November 19th. Right? November 19th. So you're going to get Precious back probably by November 19th. That's 1 month from Friday, right? So let's look at that. Let's see. That's Monday is the 18th, November 19th is a Tuesday. So interestingly enough, they got Washington at the Garden on Monday, November 18th. That would probably be the game I would expect to see Precious back. That's November 18th, a Monday, at Madison Square Garden against the Washington Wizards. So I would expect that. Yeah, I'm not looking. This is the thing, y'all. Shifty Lee asked about Matt Ryan. Let me just let y'all understand something. The reason Shamet and TJ Warren and Okeke were waived is to save money. Wait a minute. I want to make sure you caught that part. The reason these 3 young men were waived is to save money. The Knicks are going with 12 players, and they need 14 to save money. So anybody else that gets waived, they're not signing them. Y'all understand that? They're not signing anybody else right now. Nobody. Not Lonnie Walker the fourth, not Matt Ryan. They're not signing anybody because they just brought back a guy they waived 2 years ago for the G League contract. Y'all heard about that? That dude, Moses Brown, who they had, they bring him and put him in G League. Okay. Brooklyn Zombie 420. You don't. If you're saying that, you don't know Tom Thibodeau. You haven't learned anything. The only way Daddy A plays is if another guy either gets in foul trouble or gets hurt. He can get on the floor with his shooting, but let's not get trippy, man. He's a rookie. Y'all see him play okay in preseason, y'all start tripping immediately. He's a rookie, okay? Now, I'm not saying he won't play, but if he does, he has to come and shoot, okay? But I'm not counting on Daddy A. What we really need to be pulling for is Hoop Porty because he's going to be getting minutes. Hoop Porty is going to be getting minutes. He's almost like rotation minutes. Him and Sims, he might be that 4th rotation guy. Okay, him, Sims, Deuce, and Payne. That might be your rotation guy. Hoop Porty is going to play. He is. Daddy A may not play. Kolek ain't going to play. Hoop Porty is going to play. Okay, you're tripping. And then within 2 weeks, 14 days, they have 14 days they can wait before they bring back somebody. They got to fill out, they got to have a 14-man roster. So they got a 12-man roster. So they'll bring back Shamet and they'll bring back probably TJ Warren within 14 days. And then maybe even waive them again, depending on how ready they are. Shifty Lee. Now, did Josh Hart actually say he wants to come off the bench? Or did a reporter ask him if he should come off the bench? Did Josh Hart actually say he wants to come off the bench? Or did he just say he's confused in his role and the reporter suggested maybe he come off the bench? See, that's two different things. I believe Josh Hart said he'll play wherever Tibbs wants him to play. I think that's what he really said. So he didn't suggest to come off the bench. Somebody made that narrative. Okay. Tony Brown, thank you for the $10. Love your channel, Raw. Thank you. Been listening for a while. Originally from Bed-Stuy. Oh, okay, Bed-Stuy. All right. Now in Greensboro, North Carolina. Really? All right. Greensboro, North Carolina. But that's quite a change from Bedford-Stuyvesant to Greensboro, North Carolina. I thought you were going to say like Fort Greene. Like I got an aunt. She used to live in Bed-Stuy, and she moved to Fort Greene many years ago. She's still there. So as far as Josh Hart, again, this is where we try to read Thibodeau, right? And not read what we want. Now, somebody said to me, what do I think about Deuce McBride starting for Josh Hart? And I said, it depends on how you're asking the question. And listen carefully. Are you asking me what I would like to do? Or are you asking me what I think Thibodeau is going to do? Because those are two different things. Y'all understand that, right? There's what I would want, and then there's what Thibodeau is going to do. So if you asking me, hell yeah, I would like Deuce to start. I would like Deuce to start, if you're asking me. But if you know Tom Thibodeau, right, and how much he really trusts Josh Hart, and how much rope he will give Josh Hart to figure it out, then you know the likelihood is Josh Hart starts. And I'm going to tell you this. If Josh Hart starts Tuesday night against Boston, he's going to start for the next 30 games, no matter how bad he plays. Wait. Did y'all catch that? If Josh Hart starts Tuesday night against Boston, he is going to start for 30 games before Thibodeau decides to look at it again. Okay? So let's not get tripped. I'm just telling you, that's how he does. Okay? Is what it is. I personally think Josh Hart will figure it out. And let me ask you all a question. Aside from being one of Tibbs' children, Josh Hart is one of his grandchildren. We know that. Let's take that off the table. Why do you think Thibodeau is starting Josh Hart? Tell me the positive without being negative. What is the purpose of Josh Hart being in the starting line? What do you think? What do you guys think? What is the purpose? Bill Nick says rebounding. I can't disagree with that. That is one. That's absolutely right. Defense and rebounding. I agree. How about this? Can I say energy? Can I say he brings a lot of energy and motor to the starting unit? I mean, yes, you guys are not wrong. He's definitely going to bring rebounding and defense. There's no doubt. But he brings a motor to the starting unit. Now, so that's regardless of how he's shooting or how many shots he takes or even how many rebounds he gets. That's right. The intangibles, the glue guy, somebody said, I think there was, who said it? A comedian said that. And he's got the motor. So as long as he's bringing the motor, and he's bringing the glue, and that's what he's been doing in preseason. He hasn't been shooting a lot, but he's definitely been a glue guy. And he's definitely bringing energy. So as long as he's doing that, I don't think Tom Thibodeau's taking him out the starting lineup. I don't think he is. I agree with PL. PL, I'm not disagreeing with you. Like you said, there's a difference between what I would want, like say in this case, me and you, and there's a difference between what Thibodeau is going to do. Okay? I think he continues to start Josh Hart. He's going to start. That's right. And that's right. And you get the clutch situations. The boy does come up big. A big rebound, a big three-pointer. He may shot terrible the whole game, and he'll hit a clutch three for you. So it's that motor, that energy, that glue ability, I think, is what keeps him in the starting lineup. What's up, Donnell, 140th Street? And then again, I think we have seen even in the preseason, Deuce McBride coming off the bench. you know, he really is. I'm not trying to say one player is better than the other, but he really is bringing what DiVincenzo would have brought off the bench. Deuce, except DiVincenzo, I will say, is a better shooter, even though Deuce can shoot. But Deuce is more rebounds. But both of them bring energy and defense. Deuce is better defensively. But he is really fulfilling what we would have hoped for Dante DiVincenzo coming off the bench. Deuce is going to do that. And I'm really excited to see what he does, as the season gets going. I've always felt he was a winning piece, and now we're going to see. Yeah, he really 94 feet, and then he hits the three, and now he's added a floater to his game, and he goes to the basket a little bit, and he's really quick. And so, it's going to be. I think we're going to be good with him, and I'm really confident in Sims. Tibbs going to give him a chance to figure it out, and Payne is exactly what I don't think anybody is surprised about what Cameron Payne is bringing to the table. As Tibbs said, he's disruptive. He plays good defense, and when his jumper starts going, he can hit an open J pretty consistently, especially in a big spot. So I think we're good. I think we're good, y'all. I'm not going to trip. I think we're good. Porty's going to get, I think, that ninth man minutes in the rotation, and I hope he does good. We need him to do good. I hope he does good. He's a rookie, but I hope he does good. So I hope he does. We're in good shape, though. And then we still got Shamet, Precious, and then later, Mitchell coming back. So, yeah, this is going to be good, y'all. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Precious got to pull hammy. I think he's going to make sure he's 100% because he gets back. Because remember, now, this is his contract year. He got to do business. And I think he was beginning to do that as the preseason wore on. Precious is really, sometimes Precious plays like a man among boys on that second unit. He really does. I mean, he's really very comfortable, very capable. And if you give him too many minutes, he's going to give you that double-double. Okay, you give him extended minutes, he's going to give you that double-double. So if we can get him back in 4 weeks, I think we good. I think we good. Yeah, Brooklyn Zombie 420. You're a typical so-called Knicks fan, but it's really a hater. You should never talk negative about your own dude that you drafted, that you developed, now getting his shot. You should stop that. I find that extreme. That really annoys me. It gets me annoyed. And people don't get it. Let me just say it again so people can get it clear. Yes, Porty has talent. Yes, they got him at 58. But he has possibilities. He's not no superstar, but he's got possibilities. The Knicks drafted Jericho Sims 4 years ago at 58. He has bided his time. He has worked his ass off, and he deserves a shot at the rotation. And he should get a full shot before we start writing him off. Right? He's giving him props. I'm just letting everybody know, not just him. I'm just letting everybody know. Sims should get his full shot. Y'all don't know how many comments I get about, no, just sit Sims and play Porty. Porty got to wait his turn. It's Sims' turn. And he should get his turn. Y'all got me. I want to make sure y'all catching it. Y'all catching it? It's Sims' turn. He should get his turn. Period. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Porty won't eventually be better, but that's irrelevant right now. Sims should get his turn. And he's earned it. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Also, organic for that. I think he, he just by the fact that this is his fourth season. He's worked his tail off. He's been waiting for this opportunity. He's never had it like this. Now he's got his opportunity. Let's let him run with it, man. Before we start tripping on him. Okay, let's let him run with it. I say let's pull for the boy. Plus, happy birthday. Somebody said it was his birthday. I saw it on Twitter. It was his birthday. Bleacher Report one. Happy birthday. So it's his birthday. Let's let this boy get off. Hopefully he gets 20 rebounds on Tuesday night. I mean, yeah. So Hook Party is going to get some minutes by virtue of he earned the fact. First, Hook Party, just all fairness, he did play good in the preseason. And so even before Shamet got hurt, they were already planning on signing Hoop Porty to a regular contract. Like he was going to be converted from a two-way even before Shamet or Precious got hurt. But now he's going to be for sure, But so he earned his spot on the roster and not on the two-way. And he's going to get minutes now by necessity. So I hope he does good with those minutes, And like somebody said, he got to earn his spot. It's time. Okay, he got to earn his time. Nope. Tibbs, one thing I like, he has his grandchildren. We know he does. But most of the time, you got to earn. Like, look at Deuce. Deuce done earned his spot. Right? So nobody's arguing that Deuce should be getting a lot of minutes. Why? Because he's good and he's earned his spot. He's earned his chance, right? And that's why I was negative on everybody pushing Kolek for the rotation. It was stupid. He ain't earned jack crap yet. He's got to, and I believe he will. But don't be just handing him minutes. What's wrong with you? No, It don't work like that. He got to earn his keep. Go get the balls. Go get the donuts for the players. Get the bags, rookie, and then earn your place. Come in early, stay late, just like Deuce did, and then you'll earn your place. I'm not handing him nothing. Some of you, he's gonna be the fourth guard. No, he ain't. He ain't gonna be no damn fourth guard. He better earn his place. Some of y'all, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. And so Daddy A2, he got to earn his spot. Okay. But Hoop Party would also, but Hoop Party going to get time because of the situation. Again, situation is everything. So now you got Precious hurt. You need another big. You got one in Hoop Party. He is going to get some minutes. Now, I think people forgot about the man Bryant, Mark Bryant. I think Mark Bryant is playing a bigger role in helping Hoop Party and Sims than people realize. Mark Bryant is good for those two guys. They brought him on specifically to work with big men. Okay. Yeah, right. Exactly, Jabroni. Yeah, so no, some of y'all put too much emphasis on leagues around the world. Freaking dude was in what was it? New Zealand, Australia? Come on, baby. This is the league. Man. This ain't New Zealand. This ain't France. This ain't Australia or Germany. This is the league. Forget what he played over there. He better come over here and see what he could do. The hell? Motherflocker, New Zealand. He better play here. This is the league right here. You know what I'm saying? He may be better than we think. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. Oh gosh. Yeah, Brooklyn Zombie. What was that? What was that show where there was a whole bunch of dead people and homie was lighting them up with that Colt 357 Magnum? What's the name of that show? I never really saw it, but I heard about it. It's like Night of the Living Dead, right? It's like that. That's what Brooklyn Zombie is acting like. Brooklyn Zombie. He's going to be traded. Thanks for all the positive Sim support, Brooklyn Zombie. Oh my God. Yeah, Walking Dead. That's it. That's Brooklyn Zombies, The Walking Dead, man. I ain't going to say nothing about the 357, man. Oh, by the way, Organic Fanatic, man. I had today both 44 Magnums and both 357 Magnums. Yo, I guess you got to come back next week, bro. It was fun. And I had the whole booth to myself. And it was dry out there with no water. Man, it was fun, man. Next week, Organic. Next week, bro. I'm just saying, next week. It's gotta be next week. I mean, I was like, hey, listen, I missed y'all. I did, but I ain't gonna front. I had fun out there, man. I was like, damn, it's always time to go already. Black, 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 black. I was like, baby up. Woo, man. I had both 44 Magnums and both 357 Magnums out there. Dang. Okay, organic. Nothing for nothing. But you could leave that 22 at home next time. Bring that handgun you got, though. But you could leave that 22 at home, bro. I mean, unless you want to shoot it. Unless you want to shoot it. But I do got to talk to you, man, about the Hebrew gathering next year. Yeah, I do got to talk to you about that. I'm probably going to call you after this show. If you're around organic, I'm probably going to call you today. I'm probably going to call you. No, but when you're shooting 44 Magnums, right, and 357, a 22 kind of feels like a BB gun, man. It just feels like a BB gun. Yeah, I'll call you after we get done here. I'll call you. Yeah, so we got to discuss that. And I actually got to talk to Iman Prakash too, but I got to talk to you first. All right, back to business here. So, yeah, thanks for all the positive well wishes for Jericho Sims. What's the name of that show again? Zombie. What is the name of that show? Damn. Anyway, homie come with all that. I don't understand why people think Walking Dead. Thank you, Prince. I don't understand why people think being freaking negative is something smart. Like, you're really showing yourself so smart by being negative. I'm just being real. No, you being anal. You being a conniption. You being a hemorrhoid. That's all you being. You're not being real. You being a conniption, a hemorrhoid. That's all you being. Let's give Sims his shot. Okay, let's do that. Stop tripping. Yeah, and I don't understand. I can understand. There was some chick was in here just now. Looked like a Boston Celtics fan. Talking about Lonnie Walker the fourth. Again, the reason we just waived Landry Shamet is to save money. I don't care who else is out there. They're not going to sign anybody because they're trying to do what? What? Save money. So you may have as many as 2 weeks go by before they bring Shamet back. They're not signing nobody. They just gave Moses Brown a G League contract. That was probably what was Huporti's G League contract. Yeah. I didn't even see that, D. Coolest. I never actually saw Harlem Nights. I never actually saw it. Yeah, Payne looks very good. He like I said, I don't think anybody's surprised by Cameron Payne. It was interesting what he said. Did you see the interview where he said that him going overseas motivated him to get back to the league? Like, he did not want to go overseas, and he went overseas and he came back. Yes, and that's the thing. Every time Sims have been pressed into service, like suddenly, he's done good for somebody to just come in cold off the bench, man. And so now this is his shot. We got to let him have his shot, man. Yeah, we got to let him have his shot. Nah, lead hand media. That's Twitter piles of hot cow bull crap. We don't need to sign, what is it? Justin Holiday or Lonnie Walker. No, we don't. I tell you what, let's go sign Michael Jordan, Dag. Why not? Trying to save money. It's nobody to sign. They're trying to save money. They're not signing anybody. Let me just say it again. They're trying to save money. Wait, say it again. Wait. They're trying to save money. So they're not signing anybody right now. Yeah, I agree with you, Shimmy MD. I totally get you. I totally get it. You're right. I got to remember that. They're gone. I got to remember that. Now, let me just say this. After 2 weeks, they're going to evaluate where Shamet is. I got to believe they kind of feel like he's going to come back like sooner rather than later. So that's why he's still out there. But if they don't bring back TJ Warren, like in 2 weeks, listen to me now, then you might see a Mook or somebody, but Mook ain't trying to hear Don. Mook ain't going for that cheap okie doke, man. The Don pulling the cheap trick to try to save a few pennies. Mook ain't going for that. That's why he didn't want the contract they offered him. He ain't going for the cheap stuff. Waive me to save money and sign me back. Mook ain't doing that. I'm just saying. Jay Sniper, what's up? He ain't doing that. Y'all know he ain't doing that, right? Mook ain't doing that. He is not doing that. Okay. And I think somebody else will sign him anyway beforehand. But Shamet is going to be there and they can get him back. Yeah. Sabrina Onescu. Yeah. Girlfriend hitting that 3 ball. Make sure we got to get the girl's size ball, and then girlfriend be killing. Tuesday is going to be on Tuesday. I'm hyped. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Porzingis is not playing until January, right? Porzingis is out until January. Isn't that correct? If I'm not mistaken, Porzingis is not coming back till when Mitchell comes back. Isn't that correct? Like Porzingis is out Tuesday. Okay. So they're going to be starting Al Horford. Oh, I'm liking that. It's Al Horford, and he'll be matched up either against OG, Cat, or Bridges. And I don't care about any. He locked down. See, Al Horford is one of them dudes that when you start doubling everybody around the floor and you leave him open for an open, wide open 3, he'll kill you. Even at his advanced age, he will kill you. But the Knicks got a team now where everybody could stay home. Nobody needs to double anybody. Even with Tatum and Brown, they could stay home. You can just put an OG on Tatum. You could put a Bridges on Tatum. You could do that. You could put a Hart on Tatum. You could put any of those guys. Everybody stays home. So Al is not going to get them wide open looks like he used to getting against the Knicks. He's not going to do that. Yes, John Pettit. But you know what, John Pettit? The problem with you, brother, is you making too much daggone sense. You can't make sense when people ain't got no sense. You can't make sense when people ain't got no sense, bruh. That's like telling truth in a world full of lies, man. You'll be the enemy. You can't do that. You're making too much daggone sense. And let me tell you something else. Even if they win, it don't mean they're going 82-0. Okay, Joe? Come on now. It's going to be a good game, though. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be a good game Tuesday night. I know everybody's going to be glued to that TV Tuesday night. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Good game. And tonight, hey, did y'all hear Precious when he corrected the reporter? He said, but you was in the Bronx. He said, no. He said, I went to school in the Bronx. He said, I was raised in Queens. I'm a Mets fan. You did hear Precious say that, right? He said, I'm a Mets fan. He said, wait, what? He said, you was raised in the Bronx. He said, no. He said, I went to school in the Bronx. I was raised in Queens. And he went like that. Exactly, Doc Casares. This is exactly right. That's a New York answer, baby. That's right. So listen, the Mets, regardless of what happens tonight, what a hell of a season. What a hell of a season, man. And I hope they bring back Alonso. I don't know what's going to happen with Alonso, but he's hit some big shots, man. And Lindor's got to be considered MVP. He's got to be, and he definitely should be Golden Glove at the shortstop spot. There's no doubt. Lindor should be Golden Glove at the shortstop. There's no doubt. That boy, that whole first four, that lineup in the top of the lineup, them cats are something, man. Them cats are something. I'm a Mets fan, man. I've always been a Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan since they won the World Series in '69. That was the year the Jets won the Super Bowl. The Mets won the World Series. The Knicks won the NBA championship. Couldn't tell us nothing. Couldn't tell us nothing. I was a little kid. I thought that was normal. I thought New York was supposed to win every year. Yep. Exactly. I don't know what's over the Jets, man. I don't know, but come on, baby. Let's get this. I think it's Manera is pitching tonight, right? Let's get this. Let's get this. Yep. That's right. El Boricua. That's right. El Boricua. They got a little good mix. They got a Venezuelan dude. They got a Boricua. They got some Dominicans. They got a nice mix on the Mets. They got a nice mix, man. They got a nice mix of crew, man. And so, yeah. Exactly. That's right. I hear you. This is good. All right. That's a good story, Dorcosaurus. That's a good story. That's a good story. That's right. So who's pitching? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's Monero pitching today because they bringing out their best today, man. Because yeah, because this is a big game, man. They bringing out their best. Let's see. They playing. It's yep, Manea versus Kopech. Woo, Lord. This is it right here, baby. They bringing out their best. Come on, baby. Yeah, baby. I'm into it. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Manea. There. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm gonna be watching that game. Man. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about, as you can see, about that and about the Knicks playing Tuesday night against the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I know, right, Petty? Poor Ewing, man. It wasn't his fault, though. You know what? They never put a second dude. If we'd have had in his prime Bernard King with Patrick Ewing, especially once they had Rod Strickland and Mark Jackson, man, please. What? Please. And then when BK couldn't come back, he went to Washington, whatever. They should have been focused on seeing if they could get a second superstar to go with Patrick. They never did. They got a bunch of roughnecks around them, like Oakman and X-Man and all that. But they really should have really tried their best to come with somebody when he was in his prime in the early 90s to pair with him, man. I mean, shoot. Hey, listen, I think I can seriously say, I don't think Jordan wins 6 championships without Scottie Pippen being here. I can seriously say, I don't think he wins 6 titles if he doesn't get Scottie Pippen. And he don't win 3 in a row if they don't have Pippen with Rodman. Rodman put the lockdown on Shaq in the finals. Y'all remember that? Rodman put the lockdown on Shaq. I had never seen Shaq get locked down like he got locked down against Dennis Rodman. They do not win 3 in a row if they don't get Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. They do not do that. Okay. Yeah. If they'd have got a guy like Latrell, it was like the timing was off. The timeline was off. Latrell's timeline for his prime was different than Ewing's, right? But if they'd have got a guy like Latrell, and I'm not saying it's easy to do, but at that time, they could just throw money and get somebody. They could have got somebody like that. Man. Because Latrell, man. And then they messed around and traded. They let Latrell go, traded Camby, traded Nene, to Rice to Nene, to get a dude that couldn't last a year. Oh, my God. See, I don't want to hear nobody complaining about the Don. I was getting people coming at me. How you calling him the Don? He ain't did nothing. And I've been telling you, I was like, look, you don't recognize when you're seeing a guy play chess and everybody else is playing checkers? I don't know what you're talking about. Now look, you got somebody now. I'm so glad we got the Don. Let him do his little thing here, waving and bringing back dudes. Let him do his little thing. Because we had some messed up management in Knicks history. Let me tell you, we've had some messed up management, man. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, no, I'm just saying, but Jordan was the glaring situation. He don't win 6 championships if he don't have Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. And like somebody mentioned, Horace Grant, right? Horace Grant. And what was the jump shot dude? The jump shot dude, I forgot. There was, aside from Steve Kerr, they had him, but they had another guy, I think Craig Hodges, and then they had another dude that could hit the open jump shot. Paxson, right? Paxson. And without them dudes, he don't win no championship. And all the Knicks needed was one guy like that, one solid guy. They had a good team. They needed one more guy, a guy that could score on his own. Yes, they ended up getting Allen Houston, but again, that's the tail end of Patrick Ewing's prime. They should have got somebody around 89 to between 89 and 94. They needed a guy. If they'd have got somebody there, we'd have a chip, man. Because Patrick was all that. He really was. But he had no help. He had good supporting role players, but he didn't have no real help. You know, somebody that could score, that they had to double team. Shoot. Closest thing we got was John Starks. And you seen what happened when they put the heat on him against Houston. So anyway, we got it now, though. We got it now. We got Jalen Brunson. Don't bet against Brunson. We got Cat. And I think people sleeping on Bridges. What? Because his little hitch in his jump shot? You don't think he's gonna figure it out? Don't sleep on Bridges. Bridges gonna come off. It don't even matter the time. Keith Just Truth, what's up? Yeah, Trent Tucker, he was good. I'm talking about a dude like a BK, like a Bernard King type dude. If they'd have had a Bernard King type dude with him, with Ewing, and you already had Mark Jackson, and you already had Rod Strickland. No, Ewing is a coach. Well, Ewing is now in the organization. Put it that way. I'm not sure of his exact role, his title, but he's in the organization. Ewing is now part of the New York Knicks. Again, part of, he's back with the New York Knicks organization, which is cool. Yeah. Ambassador, that what you call it, Keep? Yeah, he's back with the New York Knicks organization. They figured out a way. Write this brother a check, bring him back, and they did. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. OG is another one. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. If they'd have had, like, BK hurt his knee, he can't help that. But if they'd have got a guy like that, late 80s, early 90s, to play with Ewing, man, we'd have had a chip. We'd have another banner, man. We would have. Ewing was really all that. He just didn't have that guy. He didn't have his Pippen. He didn't have his Dennis Rodman. He had good role players, but he didn't have that guy. No, we don't need to look at Lonnie Walker or Mark. Y'all have been here. Please, somebody explain to Mr. Swayze why we don't. We're not going to look at Lonnie Walker. No, we're not going to look at him at all. We're not even looking at him twice. We're not. And Mook ain't coming back because Mook ain't playing these games. Mook needed a $2 or $3 million contract, and he need to be on the team, and he's not playing the Don's games. He's not doing it. So I don't think because okay, King Swayze. Let me ask you a question, King Swayze. Can you hear me, King Swayze? You can hear me. Listen now. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Why did the Knicks waive Landry Shamet, TJ Warren, and Okeke? Why did they waive those three guys just yesterday? Why did they waive Landry Shamet, TJ Warren, and Okeke? Why did they just wait? That's right, to save money. So if they waive these three guys for the purpose of saving money, why do you think they'd sign anybody else right now if they're trying to save money? And in fact, even Ian Begley said they're going to bring Shamet back. So they're trying to keep that space for him. They're going to bring him back. Now, that'll be 13. They'll need a 14th guy. Now, I can understand if Mook was available, but I don't see Mook coming back because he didn't take the offer they gave him because he don't want to play them games. He just needs that money, and the Knicks are trying to save money. So that's a problem. Yeah. So they're not signing Lonnie Walker. They're not signing anybody that just hit waivers because they're trying to save money. They're trying to stay under that second apron, and they got a plan. Yeah, so they're not going to sign any of these new guys that get waived. You're going to see a lot of guys get waived because teams got to get down to 14 players. So you're going to see guys get waived, but they're not looking at anybody right now. They need to save money. They're going to go with the 12 guys that they got. Who Porty is going to get some minutes. Porty's going to get some minutes. There's the 8-man rotation without Precious, and you're going to see Porty get some minutes. I can see that. Yeah, I know, Prezi, I know. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, but Jeremy Nussbaum, you again are forgetting completely about Landry Shamet. You might forget about him. The Knicks are not, and I don't think they should. So you can't have Landry Shamet and Mook. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to tell you, it's not going to happen. And Mook, yeah, Mook gonna want that 3.5 million. He ain't getting it from the Knicks. He ain't getting it. Okay. Okay. So they're gonna go with 12 guys right now. That's what Ian Begley said. They're gonna go with 12 guys right now. That's going to be their regular roster, 12 guys, and they're gonna they can do that for as many as 2 weeks. 2 weeks they can have 12 guys, and they're gonna go with that right now. Okay. You might even see Jacob Toppin, who they signed to a 2-way deal. You might even see Jacob Toppin. Don't forget about Jacob. He hasn't gotten any minutes, but I heard he sprained his ankle or something. Did y'all hear that? I heard Jake. In fact, I'm looking at the ESPN injury report for the Knicks, and they got Jacob Toppin as an ankle day to day. They got Precious, as we said, 2 to 4 weeks. And they just said Deuce did not dress for Friday's game for an undisclosed reason. Yeah, they're not telling you or nothing. And that's it, as far as we know. So Jacob has sprained ankle. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jacob either. You know, Jacob has earned his a chance to get some minutes. So yeah, that's right. Right. So wait a minute. Toppins, what 4 rookies? I thought there was 3 rookies. Oh, you're talking about McCullough? McCullough is on a 2-way deal. So you counting McCullough? McCullough's on a 2-way deal. He's now on a regular contract. McCullough's on a 2-way deal. Who Porty was on a 2-way deal, but it's going to be converted. So you got to have 3 rookies on the roster. 3 rookies. McCullough's on a 2-way deal, though. He's not on a regular signed deal. He's on a 2-way contract. Yeah. Jacob is on a 2-way contract as well. You know, Jacob Toppin is also on a 2-way contract. So both of those guys are on 2-way deals. And then they just put Moses Brown on a 2-way deal. So Jacob Toppin, Moses Brown, Kevin McCullough are all on 2-way deals. Who Porty, Kolick, and Daddier are on regular contracts. So those 3 guys on regular contracts. Jacob Toppin's on a 2-way deal. That's a good question, Petty. Petty, that's a good question. How many games does the guy get to play as a G League player on the regular roster? How many? Let me ask Google. Google, how many games does a G League player get to play on the regular roster? 50 games. So the G League guy gets to appear in 50 games on the regular roster. So you got, and that's plenty, right? So if you're going to play, let's say you're going to play Jacob, you can play him. You can play a lot. You can play 50 games. Yeah, you can play 50 games. That's a lot of games. So you can play basically a Mitchell Robinson or a Joel Embiid season. You can basically play a Joel Embiid or a Mitchell Robinson season. or he could play a Zion season. Hey, that'd be a big season for that'd be a big season for Kawhi Leonard. Shoot. He could play Anthony Ambulance season. He could play Anthony Ambulance season, man. That's right. So that's a lot of games, man. So Jake could play 50 games. We good. They might give Jake some minutes. I can see that. He can play Kawhi Leonard season, right? Yeah, Kawhi Leonard should retire, man. He should. I understand he's competitive. These guys are top basketball players in the world, and they have the most competitive drives of any basketball players in the world. That's one of the things that makes them what they are. So Kawhi is trying to come back, and I get it, but he shouldn't be stringing this out. He's made his money, man. He should just really retire and let them get another guy in there, and save that money. He's be helping the Clippers out too. He got his money though. I mean, Kawhi has made his money, but I know he's competitive. He wants to see if he can give it one more run, so he's going to try. Mm-hmm. But Kawhi's had a great career, man, right? I mean, he's got 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2 he got MVP, two-time Finals MVP. He's got 2 rings. Kawhi's had a great career. He's made well over $200 million in his career. No, Kawhi got one with Toronto and he got one with San Antonio. Kawhi got 2 rings. Kawhi got 2 rings. He got one with San Antonio, and he got one where he was MVP of the finals, and then he got one with Toronto. He was MVP of the finals. So Kawhi got 2 rings, and he's got 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he's made a tremendous amount of money. He's made enough money to have generational wealth for his great-great-grandchildren. So really, yeah. So I think he should. I think he should retire. He'd be doing the Clippers a service because that salary comes off his books, and now the Clippers can make some moves. You got. Yeah, the first year with the Raptors, and he won one with the Spurs. That's right. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that was the last championship the Spurs won, was with Kawhi Leonard. That was the last championship they won. Yeah. So he really. I think he should retire. And in fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Big Perk suggested that too. Like I think Big Perk said he should retire too, right? Ken Perkins said he should retire. He said Kawhi should retire, and I kind of agree with that. I think there's some hungry players out there whose spot he's taken that could get a shot if he retires. He's not helping the Clippers right now. He's not helping them. Yeah, but I think he's going to come. They're going to reevaluate him in a week. So whatever the injury was, it wasn't serious because they said they're going to reevaluate him in a week. That is PG-13. They're going to reevaluate him in a week. Yep. So, but I was, even with a healthy PG-13, I wasn't worried about Philly. The Knicks could be Philly. The Knicks could be, regardless, with a healthy PG-13. The Philly cannot hang out with us. Let me put it to you that way. Philly cannot hang out with us, even with a healthy PG-13. I don't care what he says. We are going to win. We are the better team. Yeah, sure you are. Go home. Go home. Win or go home. Oh, you went home. That's all. Right. So, no. You understand? I wasn't worried about Philly, regardless. I wasn't worried about Philly at all. Now, but, of course, there's Boston, and then there's, Cleveland, which I'm not worried about them either. There's Cleveland. There's Boston. Who else we missing? Who we missing, y'all? We got Cleveland, Boston, Milwaukee, Indiana. Yep, you got to give Indiana their props. Miami. So, really, Boston, Cleveland, Indiana, the Bucks, and Miami. You got to put all them in the mix. But really, are we really worried about any of those guys? You hear what I'm saying, though? Are we really worried about any of those guys? Like any of them? Like the only team that really puts a little fear in me is Boston. That's it. That's it. I'm not worried. In a 7-game series. Orlando is good. I'm not saying they ain't. Orlando is really good. But when the Knicks got halfway healthy last year, they spanked Orlando. I mean, spanked them. When they got halfway healthy. When they lost Orlando in the game I saw, they only had 6 guys. Okay? And Precious played like the whole 48 minutes. But, man, look. With OG, Precious, Bridges, and, of course, Brunson and Cat, Orlando can't hang out with us. Orlando can't hang out with us. Look, let me explain something to y'all. In the movie, and I like, I'm a movie buff. I'm an amateur movie buff. Don't put me on Jeopardy or anything. But I have my favorite movies. In the original movie, Wall Street, Gordon Gekko said, man, I got to have some liquidity so I can piss in the weeds with the big dogs. The Knicks are the big dogs. You know that? The Knicks are the big dogs. People got to piss in the weeds with us. The Knicks are the big dogs right now. Y'all know that, right? I mean, as we are presently constituted, the Knicks are the big dogs. Really. The Knicks are the big dogs. So, People are worried about us. Boston is even worried about us. And I give Boston respect. And I hear you, Brooklyn Zombie. I hear you when he says not even Brooklyn scared me. That makes sense. But I'm saying you got to give them their props. They are the NBA champions, right? So you got to always give the champs their props, right? So Boston won the chip. They're bringing everybody back. Even Porzingis coming back, mid-season. So you got to give them their props. But the Knicks are the big dogs this year. That's right. We the top of the food chain. Y'all know that, right? I'm not even joking. The Knicks the top of the food chain this year. I mean, you bringing back our main guys with OG, and now you adding with Brunson, OG, and Hart, and then you got the nerve to be adding Bridges and Cat, and then Deuce is going to that next level right now. And Precious is fighting for that next contract. We the big dogs, y'all. I'm really expecting Precious Achua when he comes back. He gonna be kicking butt and taking names. I'm really expecting he gonna be kicking butt and taking names. That's all I'm saying. Precious Achua is gonna be kicking butt and taking names. I was telling you, can anybody bear witness? When they traded for him, I said that guy was not a throw-in. I said he's going to be Oakley 2.0. And I immediately got these pimple-faced knuckleheads on Twitter that don't get no girlfriends, that only got 5 fingers, and they were talking about, hey, he says he's going to be Oakley 2.0. And I told y'all, that boy is going to be Oakley 2.0. And he's going to be better than Oakley because he got a better shot, and he's got 7-foot wingspan, and he's got the attitude. I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking forward to seeing it. That's why everybody was tripping. What are we going to do at the 5 spot? And I told you, we good with Oakley and Sims. Oakley. We good with Precious and Sims. I was telling y'all, we good. We can just roll with them cats. Precious is going to be kicking butt and taking names, man. Trying to tell you. Exactly, Craig. And that's the dudes that you got on Twitter. You got to have dudes like that. They be just tripping. And I ain't going to say no name because I don't want nobody to say, well, Ross said this about you. Then I'm involved with some pissing contest with somebody that's not even worth my time. And that's, so I'm just saying, though. Precious is going to be kicking butt and taking names. And I can't wait to see it. I'm getting hyped with him. There's a couple of players that get me jumping out of my seat. Y'all know Deuce does. And Mitchell Robinson does. When all Mitchell Robinson got to do is get an offensive rebound on somebody and then flush it. And I'm jumping out my seat. Precious is my new guy. I'm not saying like I love to see OG. I love to see, Cat, Brunson. But I'm kind of expecting them to go off. No, it's these ancillary dudes. It's Precious. It's Deuce. It's Mitchell Robinson. When Mitchell Robinson snatches a rebound on somebody and then turns around, drop steps, and flushes it, I'm jumping out my seat, man. I'm like, what? Mitch Rob, what? I'm trying to tell y'all, I get excited about certain players, man. And I like Jericho Sims, too. I got pulled for him, man, because I'm saying he earned his spot. It's his time. I don't think so. Kingdom, because again, the Knicks are trying to save money. They're trying to save money, and as it is, the way they got this thing set up, y'all, they're going to give Shamet like $2.5 million, and then they're going to have to sign another guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Jacob Toppin up just to save the money. I wouldn't be surprised. They're going to bring Shamet back. I know everybody's saying, TJ Warren, and I'm not saying they're not, but they're looking to save money, man. And Shamet's got a spot. I'm telling you right now, Shamet's got a spot. So they're going to give him his 2.6 million, and then they're going to have like $1 million to play with. They staying under that second apron. They are not playing. You think the Don is playing about that second apron? He is not. That's why you can forget all these other players you guys keep naming. Forget it. Okay, forget it. It ain't happening. Yeah, I thought TJ Warren was washed. I did. And even when I saw him play, I thought he was washed. But I'm just using him as an example. Because, look, they could either keep him or they can convert, Jacob Toppin to a regular contract, which would be like $1.8 million. and they stay under the second apron. They not really. I'm telling you, the Don ain't playing this, and that's why I'm telling you they're not going to sign Mook. Mook ain't having that. Mook ain't having that. Mook wants that full $3 million plus that a vetman is supposed to get. That's what he's looking for. He ain't playing these games with the Don. Not Mook. He from Philly. He's not playing these games. Not Mook. Brooklyn Zombie. Try your best to not jump off the platform. Now, you done already jumped over the turnstile and got away with it. And that's cool. Save you a little money. But try your best. Try your best. Resist the urge to jump off the platform. Resist the urge to do that. Resist the urge. And Knicks Kingdom, he jump in the room. Knicks Kingdom is like a dude that's talking mess in the South Side of Chicago with no gap. And he's out in the street between midnight and 3 a.m. drunk and talking big mess with no gap. Because he just got here. And already messing with that third rail. He's a dude that showed up in East New York at 3 a.m. talking too loud with no gap. He's a dude. He's like this woman. My wife and I one night, we used to live on the Upper West Side. Best time of my life. And at night in the summer, we used to take walks down Central Park West. And it'd be late, like in July, June, like 10 o'clock, take walks in Central Park West. New York was jumping and it was nice. I don't know about it now, but it was nice. So one night, my wife and I, we're walking down Central Park West. And we see this old girl. She come running across Central Park West and runs into, it's like 10 o'clock at night. And she ran into Central Park. We looked at each other. My wife and I said, why is she running in Central Park? A little white girl, 10 o'clock at night. And just before I could say 10 o'clock at night, somebody jumped out the woods and slammed her little behind, had the nerve to have a pouch with her, snatched her pouch and was gone. That's like some dudes running in here already talking about Jake. Jacob is like fam. Jacob, that's Obi's brother. Obi's like fam. You can't come in here talking about Jacob like that. Don't do it. And please, don't start on my man Sims. Yeah, she had the nerve to be jogging with a purse at like 10. It's almost like she was saying, please, somebody just robbed me. And just as we couldn't even get out the words, and boom, she yelling, ah! Somebody jumped out the woods, snatched her little bag, ran back in the woods. I was like, that's like dudes coming in here like that. Or you're going to show up you're going to show up in East New York at 3 a.m. drunk and popping off real loud and ain't got no gap. It's like you were asking for it. Don't do it. This was in the 80s. Yeah, it was in the 80s, Guilford McCormick. It was in the 80s. It was like, I would say like mid-80s, like 85, 86, something like that. 86, something like that. It was mid-80s. And I seen her run across the street into Central Park. I said, what is she doing? So what's wrong with her? My wife said, I don't know. Boom, there it was. There it was. There it was, man. So all I'm saying is, this is the thing. Guys like Jericho Sims, like Jacob Toppin, they fam. They Knicks. The Knicks brings them in. They fam. They fam, right? See, Ingram. So you would know, right? So some dude that jumps off the subway at let's say 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in East New York, and it's drunk and it's popping off, and don't let him have money in his pocket, right? And he got no gap. What's gonna happen to him? Well, he might not even live through the night. He is definitely getting robbed. He definitely getting robbed. Question is, can he live through the night without somebody killing him? That's all. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, Hart will probably stay in the starting five. Hell no. One time I was going to help a sister. If you know New York, this is again in the 80s. I got off at 100 and there was a stop at 103rd Street on Central Park West. It was like the B train, and I think it was the B train that stopped at 103rd Street in Central Park West, right before it crossed 110th. I think it was 103rd. It might have been like, it was not even 110th, I don't think. Maybe it was 110th. Anyway, I get off the train, right? And at that time of night, there was nobody was at the station. It was like you rolled through the revolving thing, right? So I come through. There's a woman behind me. I got to the top of the steps, and then she was behind me, and I heard her yell, ah! And I turned around, and the dude, who was a crackhead, he had knocked her to the ground, took her pocketbook, and he's running up the stairs. And he's like, don't touch me, man. Don't touch me. She was white. She wasn't white. And he ran, before I knew, he ran across the street. I froze for a second, and she said, help me. And I came down and got her, and we called the police. You know, he said, don't touch her, man. She's white. He snatched her back. I wasn't going to play hero. You know, I wasn't, because somebody could pull out a gun. All the martial arts in the world can't stop no bullet. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to play no hero. She said, ah! She was going crazy. I said, what the heck? I turned around, and I seen her hit the ground, and I seen her running up the steps with her pocketbook. And he said, don't touch her, man. She was white. She was white. She wasn't white. She was a fair-skinned black woman. But, yeah. That was the 80s. That was definitely the 80s. Yep. And, like, you know, I had a little skills, but like I said, I wasn't going to play no hero, because, like I said, I was like, one time I got off the train, right after I got off, somebody got shot in the face in New York. Back in the day, they used to ride in the last car. I don't know if they still do it, but this before they got the new trains. When they had the old trains in the 80s, they used to ride in the last car. Everybody that thought they was bad would ride in the last car. And I was in the last car. And I got off, and then the next day in the New York Post, about the same time I got off, some dude got shot in the face in the last car. See, that's when I realized you could be Bruce Lee if you want to. Bruce Lee can't stop no bullet. No, he ain't had no ski mask. He was a crackhead. He was just trying to get some money so he can get his next, his next hit. He was a crackhead, man. And I wasn't gonna mess with him. I wasn't. I was like, I went back to hook to see if the lady was okay. She lost her bag. He just threw it to the ground. He didn't even hurt her really. He just threw it to the ground, took her bag, and ran. But see, that's what I'm saying, man. Some people come in my room, and you automatically talking about fam, and you done jumped the turnstile. So I said, okay, you jumped the turnstile. I'm gonna let you get over jumping the turnstile. You didn't pay your fare, cool. But then you got the nerve to be acting like you want to jump on the third rail. Don't do that. Don't do that. I figure, like James Collier asked, what I think about Bridges' new jump shot. I think it's a mess, but I'm not worried about it. He'll figure it out, right? Bridges is a very high IQ basketball player, and he's a very high level basketball player. You can only keep a guy like that down for a little while. He's going to come back. I don't know if it'd be 20 games or 10 games or whatever. He's going to figure it out, and he's going to be something else when he is. But defensively, he's already got the lock already out. Yeah, players do that. Everybody's trying to get better. Sometimes they mess up when they're trying to get better, and sometimes they get better, So he was trying to improve his jumper, and he messed around a little bit and tweaked and hurt himself a little bit doing it. But I think he'll figure it out. I'm not worried about McCall. He'll be back. Yeah. McCall will be back. Yeah, it was supposed that the reason for it was he wanted a higher release, which makes sense with his 7-foot wingspan. A high release, he can shoot over centers, Yeah, but he'll figure it out. I'm not worried about Mikal Bridges' jump shot. It's not a big deal. By the time we get midway through the season, he'll be Mikal Bridges that we expect, and he's already. You remember now, Mikal Bridges is on board. What makes the Knicks dangerous with him is defense. He's a lockdown defender, and that's what you want. Yeah, we kind of missing Dante, but let's not look back and be crab apples about Dante. He's a Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's move on. We got Deuce now, and we're good. Not worry about Dante. Wish Dante the best, but we got Deuce. We're good. Okay. Yeah. The shot's gonna come back. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Good luck to him. Thank you, Angry. We move on. Right. We got Deuce. We good. We move on. So yeah. Yeah. So we're good. But yeah, I'm not worried about Mikal. I think he'll be all right. I'm not worried about him at all. He's young. He's in his prime. He's smart. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure it out. Plus, he's gonna have Brunson in his grill all day. He's gonna figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Keep just truth. I'm agreeing with that. Tibbs teams generally start slow. I've been trying to tell people like they're gonna go 82-0 or they're gonna start 30-1. And I was like, no, y'all, they got to take the time. Now, I want to tell you, this team right here, I already pegged 55 plus wins. If they run to the NBA Finals, right? Next year's team, it's going to be on. Once they get a year under their belt together, oh man, they're going to be rough, man. The Knicks got something right here. Everybody will be coming back, right? The only question about next year, and this is what I keep telling all of the Kolek for now. Kolek has a chance to earn rotation minutes next year. He does. And that's saying something because generally it will take him 2 years. But I'm going to tell you, he has a chance to earn rotation minutes next year. But it will be at the expense of Cameron Payne. You'll lose Cameron Payne. Remember, Cameron Payne's on a 1-year deal. So Kolek's minutes is going to be tied to Cameron Payne. So if Cameron Payne is out after this year, Kolek's going to get rotated. He has a real good shot to get that 9th man rotation minutes. He really does next year. I really think he does. And Tibbs likes him. So I could see that. Yeah, next year, he has a good chance to do it. If Cam Payne resigns, forget it. He's going to have to wait another year. Because, see, there's only going to get 9 to 10 guys going to play. So you got Payne and you're going to have Shamet. I have a feeling Shamet is going to be more valuable than Cameron Payne before the end of the year. And that's saying something because I think Cameron Payne is going to be very important. But Shamet is going to be more important even than Cameron Payne. Tibbs was playing Deuce and Shamet together before Payne come off the bench. Okay, so I can see that coming back to that. Man, them two are dynamite together. They are. Shamet and Deuce are dynamite together. So I can see that. Yeah, and I'm not knocking Cameron Payne. I'm just saying that's how good Shamet's going to be. And next year, the fight is going to be between Cameron Payne and Kolek for minutes. We'll see what happens. And I'm not knocking Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne's an important part of the Knicks right now. He really is. I'm not trying to say he's not, but that's how good I believe Shamet's going to be with Deuce McBride. It's going to be something else, man. It's going to be something else. So that's going to be next year's battle, though. Next year, you're going to see Kolek fighting for that rotation spot minutes with Cameron Payne. That's going to be it. Daddy ate to start. I mean, that's some. They're talking about legalizing like recreational marijuana in Florida. I heard that. So you don't have to go. You don't have to go on the street and get that stuff that's laced with fentanyl. Because then you'll start talking about stuff like a rookie starting on this team. Then you'll start talking about stuff like Daddy ain't starting at age 19 on this team, and that'll mess you up. And I realize you might not realize what you just said. How stupid that sounds, but we'll just, and nowadays I heard they're taking fentanyl and they're lacing it in the weed, man. So you got to be careful with that when you get it off the street. In Florida, that's why they regulating the mess so that they can't do that. You know what I mean? So don't mess with that, man, because, it'll cause you to be talking some stupid stuff like Daddy ain't starting when you got OG, Cat, Brunson, Hart, and Bridges, and then Deuce coming off the bench. You'll start talking about Daddy A starting. That's kind of crazy. Actually, no. And the reason I say that, Nick Guardiglia, I hope I say it right, Guardiglia. The reason I don't think that is because Party is 7'1", with a 7-foot wingspan, and they're going to need a big man to come in behind pressure. Jacob is more of a 4, a 3, really 3-4, whereas Party is a definite 5, right? And Precious obviously could play 4 or 5, so you're going to need somebody to come in there and play the 5, and with Sims. So that's why I say Party will be that first guy. No, they won't. I'd be surprised, Nick, if they played together. I know that Precious and Sims would play and will play together, but I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting question. Will Sims play together with Party? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm kind of looking at it as Sims, then Party, but we'll see. Yeah, an 8-man rotation and then add Party in there for like 8 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, they got that SNTIDES. Somebody messing with that SNTIDES, and causing them to talk all kind of mess, man. Show up there in East New York with some mess, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's dangerous. Yeah, gummies get you stuck. Gummies get you stuck. Gummies have you looking like dummies. Oh man. All right. Yeah, good. That was good. That was really good. I like that, Organic. That was good, man. That was good. That was good. So here come the game Tuesday. I think Portia gets into the rotation, at least until Precious gets back. Payne, Sims, Deuce gonna get a lot of minutes, especially Deuce. We're waiting for Shamet to come back. Hopefully he comes back soon. Precious in 4 weeks, and we'll go with that. But listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Organic, give me about half an hour to recover here and get chilled for a second. I didn't even change when I came back from the range, so I'm gonna change into something more comfortable, and then I'll give you a buzz, man. You give me a quick shower. Milwaukee. This is the thing. The problem with Milwaukee, it's not that Dame is not Dame. Dame is going to go off. There's no doubt he is. But I'm saying Dame and Giannis are not enough in the East this year. Even with the supporting cast, because Middleton is on his last leg. Lopez has got to slow down at some point, right? So they don't have enough. That's all I'm saying. When they let Drew Holiday go, they messed up. They should have kept Drew Holiday, but that's where they messed up. So I'm just saying, I think Dame is going to be dynamic. He's going to get his, but that's not good enough in the East. You got to have a team. Orlando has got all 5 spots ready and plus a bench. The Knicks got, the Knicks are legit 8 deep. And then you're talking about Boston, who's 8 or 9 deep. And you're talking about Cleveland, who's 7 or 8 deep. Milwaukee really, after their starting 5, they don't have enough. I don't think they have enough. And that's why I'm saying I think they're good, but they don't. I don't think they have enough to be top 4 in the East. I really don't think so. I think those 2 guys are good enough to get them top 6, but I don't see them competing with the big dogs in the East this year. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Then to me, those 2 guys aren't enough. That's that old, big 2. It's not even a big 3. That's a big 2 playbook. And that's way played out. Okay. Oh, I didn't even know Banchero was from Seattle. I didn't know that, he gets him, but Banchero is the real deal. I'm very high on him. Banchero is the real deal. So yeah, give me about half an hour, my man, Organic, and then I'll give you a buzz and we'll touch base, man. Give me about half an hour, we'll talk. All right. Y'all, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't smoke too much. Don't drink too much. Get ready for work tomorrow. Yeah, right. It's Giannis come back. It's definitely a big three. Where's the other brother? Bring both of them brothers back. Shoot. Anyway, we'll be back. I don't even know what we're doing tomorrow, but the game is Tuesday. So you know we're going to come back between now and Tuesday. You know we are. I want to thank all of y'all, especially y'all that put up some loot, man. Some dudes put up some loot, man. Thank you for the loot. We greatly appreciate that. What was that? Let's see. Oh, I got it here. So let me thank Woody Woodpecker, Lewis Luck, Tony Brown, Lewis Luck again. Thank y'all for coming up with the loot today on the New York Knicks fan funding side. Yeah, let me just get that. Let me get back to the live chat. Thank you all for that love. Greatly appreciate it. I don't want to take that for granted. Appreciate that. Let's get this W on Tuesday, y'all. Let's get this W. And let's get this season kicking. Okay. No, I don't think it was game one. Cruz, are you the guy that's in Kissimmee? Cruz, you in Kissimmee? I think, are you in Florida, Cruz? I think you in Cruz is around us, organic. That's why I was just talking to the fellas about the name of the spot, Cruz. What's the name of the spot, organic? Is it Eddie's? What's the name of that spot? What's the name of the spot, organic? You know the name of the spot I'm talking about. What's the name of that spot, man? What's the name of the spot we could watch the game at? Where we was? Altamont Springs. Is it Altamont Springs? Cruz, are you in Duffy's? I don't know why I want to say Edie's. Duffy's, right. Cruz, are you in Florida? We're talking about, we're going to definitely get together. It may not be for this game, but we're going to get together. Duffy seems to be, to me, a good spot. What you think, Organic? I'm thinking Duffy's. They got the TVs all over the place. We can watch the game. We can get, we can have a little table. Oh, you're in Altamont Springs? You're in Altamont Springs? Jay Cruz? Oh, shoot. He's in Altamont Springs. That's where Duffy's is. All right. So we got to do something. I think he's in Altamont Springs, Organic. I think he's in Altamont Springs. That's where Duffy's is. We like Duffy's. He's in Altamont. So, Cruz, you know Duffy's then, right? Cruz, you know Duffy's, right? We got to get together at Duffy's, man. We got to get together at Duffy's. We got to get Iman Prakash on board. We got to get the crew together at Duffy's in Altamont Springs. Okay, look. Let's pick a game. It won't be this game, but let's pick a game. It's too close to this game for me to make that arrangement right now. But let's pick a game. A Tuesday night game would be a good situation. A Tuesday night game. Y'all look at the schedule. Tell me what y'all want to do, and then we'll figure out Duffy's. Okay? Cruz, Organic Fanatic. We'll let Iman Prakash know. Anybody in the area of Orlando and Altamont Springs area, that's what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to get together. I'll let everybody know. We'll have plenty of heads up. Oh, shoot. We good then. We got to get the Duffy's then. We got to do it. So let's see if we can get the fellas together. We'll meet. We'll get together at a game over there. Pick a game on Tuesday. Y'all let me know. I'll look at some too. But let me know. Okay? Let me get a shower, man. I'm all sweaty and stuff. Let me get a shower. I'll call you, Organic, when I get out. I'm getting ready to watch this Mets game at 8 o'clock. When I come to New York, it's not New York this year is not as much on the radar as it was. I'm going to Minnesota. Anybody in Minnesota? I'm going to Minnesota, and I'm going to be in DC. Me and Senior Beef and Lion of Judah. We're going to be in DC in December. I'm going to be in Minnesota in December, the Tundra, to watch the Knicks against Minnesota. But I'm not really scheduled for New York this year. I couldn't really find something that I could get. But definitely we got to hook up at Duffy's, though, for real. Duffy's ain't got the scenery that Colombian spot got. But Colombian spot ain't got the Knicks on either. So you know what I mean, Organic. But, we do what we do. We do what we do. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back. Let's get this. Let's get this W. Yeah, we are, Jason. We're just having it in Altamont Springs, Florida. But we just got to figure out the game that we're going to get together. Hey, thanks, John Pettit. You was good, man. You added joy in the midst of these zombies, man. Not all y'all was zombies. The ones that was going for the third rail know who they are. We'll leave it there. The ones that was jumping out at 3 a.m. in East New York, pocket full of money and no gap. The ones that was jogging at midnight in Central Park with a bag in their hand know who they are. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shalom.